Hi, everybody, back again. Surprise. I woke up through the night and thought, I needed to add some extra things to yesterday's video. And I also forgot to talk about what I'm calling, well, many are calling the rapture or the potential event. We don't know again. But first off, I also woke up realizing I think I missed a whole month when I described we're moving out of Gemini and I went straight to Leo in August, where we're actually moving into Cancer, which is a water sign, which hopefully will bring calmer waters, literally, but it's Cancer, from my understanding, is very centered around family, unity again. So this energy will hopefully be on that greater collective level that we can project into and tend into, that this is about the greater family, the greater collection, the greater connection of unification of all souls into love and light again. So that's just that first little point. The second, as I said, is about the rapture event. Now, again, everything in energy is a potential. Okay, energy is always in a neutral position and can tip in either direction or it can remain. And that potential of positive or not so positive, truthfully lies in the hands of all of us. As souls, we are creators, we are grand, magnificent, our higher selves are us, we are the Christ self, the monad, the I am, you name it. We are one with ourself, we are one with all. So at the soul level, at the subconscious level, at the deeper level within us, we're constantly creating the greater dynamic of everything we see. So this is where it's so important that you watch, excuse me, you watch your thoughts, because what you are projecting, believing in, you are aligning to in the greater collective, and it's only 51% of like-minded souls, depending which way you go. If it's negative, let's say like-minded, if they think like you. If it's heart-minded, it's of a higher divine dimension. But this is where we create at. So we are important, and we are the possibility and the potential of the shift that we want to see. So it's important to understand that and be very alert and conscious to where we are, as I said yesterday, in every moment. Now, we're in the Revelations, the book of Revelations time right now. Everything that was written is very much present and happening. So part of that is this rapture. Now, again, I don't know when, I don't know how. If, again, we are that movement towards whatever the greater shift is, I do believe, again, personally, that Source has a great energetic moment in time that will raise all. But to get to that point, we have to do the work first on ourselves, as I said yesterday. So again, it flashed in, and I had never contemplated this. I have made a video ages ago about this, and it was back in 2009, 2010, when I took a group up. I was living in Coffs, and we went to a place called Yarrandu. I was guided there, and we were anchoring the blue sapphire ray of beloved Maree, divine Maree, into a particular area and a mountain that I was heading to. And when and this was all listening, it wasn't phone stuff back then, I wasn't doing iPhones, it was just trusting. And then when I mapped and researched through Google, the area that they were showing me that we were going to was an old sapphire mine. And I thought, well, how perfect is that? It's been raped and pillaged, and now we're being asked to place this beautiful ray back into the Earth Mother. Anyway, beside that, we ended up staying in this place in Yarrandu, and we'd been in a preparation. There were 10 of us in preparing for this particular activation. So the night prior, what I thought was going to be our big day in the mountain, we were at this space up, and it's quite high, snow's up where we were, very cold at times, and it was winter. And after dinner, I'd sort of been feeling a bit funny, a bit edgy, bit shaky through dinner. So after dinner, I was feeling this great pull outside. Anyway, I'm cutting to the chase very quickly on this because it was quite long. But as I went outside, it was completely very low, cloudy, drizzly, light goddess rain, I call it, just seeping down from the sky. Not a star, all full of cloud and very heavy. And as I was out there were a certain number of girls that were sitting outside doing our own thing. And I stood there and I had this great feeling of an energy presence. So initially I did a huge activation with the Arcturians, and it was overwhelmingly painful, because again, this is where we're activating, we're taking on huge quantities and quotients of light. Our body has to adjust. And so in that particular moment, my higher self had agreed to connect directly to the Arcturians that I saw coming over the hill in this particular spot. But their energies are so profound, my heart chakra felt like it was being ripped open. So I went through quite a lengthy process with that, and I was fine, as we are. And I kind of knew what was happening, felt like I was having a heart attack. The girls around me were concerned, and then I was actually out of my body for quite some time during that. Post that, I went inside and was very shaky again and really buzzing, and like the power was crazy. Then I was being called outside again. And I thought, no, can't do no more. But I did succumb, went out anyway. And this is what I allude to in what I perceive is like, I think, a fraction of what the potential possibility could be. Because when I went back out, and it was like Groundhog Day, it was exactly the same. I went to the same spot, the same energy, the same sky, the same rain, the same girls were sitting outside in the same spots. It was just bizarre, you know. And I took note of all that and thought, wow. And then as I was there, just sort of grounding this energy through grounding, and I was happy to stand in the goddess realm, welcome it in, bring the divine feminine through. And I remember the light all around me. Excuse me, the throat's going. And in that moment, I remember clearly, because I have a laugh now, I remember going, oh, thank you, Grandmother Moon, for this beautiful light that you're sending to me, shining all above me, through me. Let it just, you know, seep in, through and around every cell, blah, 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 blah. And then I had the consciousness to feel, hang on a minute, there's no moon. It's cloud, it's raining. There's no stars, there's nothing. And I sort of came out of my blessing state and looked up, and there was the biggest craft, the biggest, well, UFO we say, but let's say the greatest starship. So we all get on the same page of what this means. The greatest starship craft, biggest I've ever seen, had ever, first time ever seen this range, this close proximity in my life. It was just above the head and shining. And I remember going, oh my God, is this just me seeing this? So I looked around at the girls, and no one was moving. No one had sort of done anything. And again, it's all about consciousness, we are. And I said to them, I called them one by one at a time. The first person I called over said, she said, what's the matter? Are you okay? And I said, yeah, can you look up and see if you see anything? And she's gone, oh my God. And I've said, so it's not just me. You can physically see this. So cut to the chase again. All outside came. We all saw it. Then we called the remaining girls who were inside of our group out. Everybody saw it, and we were all in awe looking at this incredible craft above us, this starship. And we were just standing there like, wow, well, what now? And then it did its thing. And it was in the most amazing violet, lilac, blues, white light. But what happened then, and this is what I wanted to speak about, what happened then was something you just can't find the words for. It was phenomenal, out of this world. And the energy, it all went still. It was like we were in the still point. There was not a sound. I was aware of everyone around me, but couldn't see, couldn't communicate. There were no words, no sounds. There was just light, just activating hugely, just pulsing, incredible pulses of light that it was almost like we were, I just simply can't describe it, like the most incredible frequencies and energies and vibrations and electrons you could see all around. And it was almost like it was multidimensional, because I felt like we were sort of here, but so far at the same time. And it was just shifting everything. It was just shifting. We're in this altered space, and I knew we were all being raised and activated to some level. And it was a gift, absolute gift. And I don't know how long it felt like ages that it went for. And everyone was then blocked out. The light was so profound, and you just couldn't move. It was just this all-encompassing, overtaking, overwhelming in a good way energy. And then it stopped. That whole pulsation stopped. Then everyone came back into view. Then everything lifted up. And then the craft was still above us, just in the original colors. We could then come back and see each other again. And then into hyperspace it went. And it was that moment at the end where you were just neutralized. That's all I can say. It was just this neutralized feeling where you knew something unbelievable had just shifted in you. You couldn't describe it. You didn't know what it was. And as we kind of all looked around at each other, nobody spoke. Nobody said a word. We all just did our own thing. We all took off to different places. We all went wherever we had to be. But in truth, I just, plus my other previous activation in the night, I was overriding in energies, and I was having a great deal of difficulty bringing them through, grounding them down. My body was out of control in a way. I couldn't maintain this frequency. I could hardly speak. I was shaking all over. And eventually I was, and constantly intending grounding, I'm earthing, and asking for all the support team and everyone around me, not for fear, but to assist me through this, because it felt like my whole body was just going to burst. And then I went to bed, and I was like that for hours into the night before I think I was asking for the guidance just to be knocked out. And I think I knocked myself out on the highest level. So again, I wanted to impart this because this is kind of what I feel we may be moving toward in the divine time, because, we're only going to be able to cope with what we can. And this, again, knowing what this energy is like and what we're moving into in a wondrous way, and the dimensionality where we are aiming to go, this again just qualifies why we have to do the work, why we have to put the hard yards in, really go within and raise as much as we can, because even when you're doing the work, it's still profound when these huge shifts come, and you are going to receive again the gradient, the quotients, the frequencies of light that your soul is asking and calling for and ready for. So again, we don't know what that is. So, some will receive more, some will receive less, but we were all going to receive enough. I know that there will be, when everyone's worked through the stuff, we've gone through the difficult phase, the destruction phase of the falling, complete dissolution of 3D, moving into that higher aspect of 4D, moving these people across and bringing them forth into potential dimensions that we're, aspects of the dimensions that we're already in, so that we all come onto a level playing ground, because this is ultimately what this solstice is about too. And I feel moving in toward the next solstice, because as I said yesterday, we're moving into that 1 of new beginnings of the Earth year and 7 of the transfiguration of the calendar years on Earth. So these are powerful numerologies, and what they are about, again, these solstices are bringing forth for those who are ready. Again, everyone's receiving the same light, no difference. I guess, reacting and utilizing them accordingly to your frequency load. We have the most incredible opportunities. These lights are magnificent in their diamond quality. The diamond ray, the adamantine particles, the God Creator seeds, the God Creator rays are amplifying also. So in this part 2, this is like now taking us in, passing through the veil, and we can be doing this now. If your frequencies are high enough, you can be actualizing and working with these magnificent energies. And this is what I know in my purge of the last month. And I have been in that purge time intentionally asking for my God seed atoms to be actualized, to be opened and unsealed, for the adamantine particles, the diamond particles of light within my chakras, particularly the base chakra and the high heart chakra, for all of the chakras to be again unsealed, because they were sealed with the dormancy of the right brain and the DNA strands, to be activated again in accordance with my divine plan. I have been consciously working with my divine breath, really conscious to breathe consciously through the day, but also working with the infinity breath. Now, this is where we actually use the river of light, the beautiful diamond light rays, the flow of light with the breath to accelerate the process again. Now, again, ask if you're ready. So I know that my intentions were absolute. And again, I had to go through my purge to be able to counter and to qualify and to absorb and integrate such capacities and frequencies. So this is just what I want to keep reminding everybody. All these beautiful qualities are here now to create heaven on earth, peace within. Now, since I've come out of the purge again, I'm now feeling in that beautiful, peaceful place. I feel so joyous, which means I'm back in my heart chakra. I've shifted out of the purge from going down through the lower dimensional frequencies again, where I had to be, to clear, to sort through the debris, to transmute what I missed on the last few layers or tens of layers ago, which we do. But again, we're constantly going within. And so again, as I said yesterday, these aren't bad times. Nothing's wrong. There's no sickness per se, okay? If you need to get checked, absolutely. But most people I know who are doing ascension symptoms go and get checked in the routine mainstream ways, and no one sees anything. There's nothing there. They can't do much. They just say, yeah, time. Because it's a frequency thing. And the more we understand it, we get used to it, then we align with that faster and quicker, and we trust in it more as well. So, we are moving to this beautiful potential new earth coming together into that oneness. Many of us will again be coming together to create, to use these magnificent frequencies for the greater good, not just for the purpose of making money for yourself and being known and doing your thing out there, wherever that be. No, if that happens, great. Source doesn't care. They're supporting anything that you do that's done with joy. And whatever happens, if you're coming from that greater place of love and joy, and if abundance finds you, congratulations. Nothing wrong with that. Go for it. Expand as great as you want to and as great as you've come to be. Know that too. But do everything now with the intention that you're coming from love, that is joy. And in that moment, there is peace, because everything looks different when you're in that higher, when you've taken the quantum shift, when you've stepped up that gear again, and everything's sharper and clearer, and you're clearer. And that's the intention you want to have. That's particularly the creation you want to keep creating for yourself. Because as you rise, if you're concerned about others, again, that's their journey. They have to sort themselves in truth, regardless how much you love them. But as you particularly rise and as you take your frequencies up, you raise everybody around you. So you're doing a great gift and service, not just for yourself, for your loved ones, for the greater community, for your nation, for the globe, but let's do it for the Earth Mother too. So, we have this incredible job, this incredible mission, and just simply being love. And I put a post out the other day where Spirit said to me in one of my going within times, and part of my journey has always been looking for love, never feeling loved enough. Where will somebody truly love me? Until I realized, and I knew in my head, oh, I'm the love. I must be the love. I have to find the love for me. I have to be the love first. And I've worked on those mantras for years and years and years. And that's shifting and shifted. As it will, as you believe more and more and more, and your paradigm shifts and programs within. But it was so nice to hear them say the other day, and it was just like the icing on the cake for me, when they said again, you've always wanted to find the love. Now it's time to just be love. And I thought, oh, how true. Just to be love. I am love. I've never not been love. You've never not been love. You've never not been your higher self, as have I. We just had a consciousness that was called ego, that just put that shroud around, through and over the truths that I just said that we are, that we know. So we're just peeling away all these unwanted energies that we created, that we can just effortlessly, without fear, let them go with grace, knowing that this is where we're aiming for, this is where we're going. It is happening. And in your heart, if you're meant to be doing that and on the way, just follow, keep trusting, listening, and following everything this part of you wants you to listen to. Tell this to be still. Practice that, absolutely. The head is not where you'll find your answer. This is where you'll find your answer. So I hope that gives a little bit extra explanation. The other thing that I do want to also just add here at the end is what I am seeing very clearly in my meditations now when I am anchoring. I do my routine maintenance that I do, and I'm anchoring above, I'm anchoring into the earth. I'm in my 12 star, which is kind of this image behind me. I go into a 12-star Merkaba, 12 point, and I'm in a tube of light as well, of divine light. But I'm also, I used to, and I still do use the platinum mesh, which is gold and silver mesh all around me, rays of violet, rays of blue. But for some time now, I'm really clearly seeing the rose gold, because we're really moving into that divine feminine counter. We're really moving into her frequency. She is fully anchored and present here within Gaia, and her energies are soft, yet strong. So she's blending, and this is the Christed energy of the divine Christed feminine and the divine Christed masculine coming in together as one, rose and gold. So see this in a beautiful network, a mesh-like energy. Again, anchor into it because it's higher frequency. So now we need to be anchoring these energies into a higher grounding as well. So I just see the Earth Mother just as this incredible network of this color. Plus then I'm also anchoring through my high heart via the Antankara, the rainbow bridge. Use your rainbow energies, trust what you see, going straight up into that higher self we mentioned yesterday, that I am. And then connecting into that beautiful magenta ray that she is. Well, I call it she, only because I'm a she, I suppose. You know, it's neutral, agender. But connecting into that beautiful flow and bringing that magenta energy, which is again is the higher self energy, into the high heart through you as well. And just again, then using whatever rays and colors you feel, the aquamarines, the higher frequencies of the throat chakra, bring them through, because all these higher centers are all merging. So, and watch your solar plexus too, because we often look at the solar plexus with fear. We feel all the stuff in our gut. But really bring in that high energy into the solar plexus, bring the love back into your solar plexus, bring the sun, the solar source into that area, because this is your generator. This solar plexus is huge for the future. It too will be merging and is merging with your heart chakra. The two are combining together. Let the heart bleed down its love into the solar plexus. Let the golden ray bleed up into the heart chakra. Bring these energies right up through and right down through you, and give that solar plexus permission to shine like the sun that it is. And as I said yesterday, in truth, we are sons of the sun, because we are a shining sun, a shining ball of light. That's what we are in truth. This is secondary. Okay, let's move towards the light we are. Our light bodies are changing. Let's assist them, reducing the symptoms, okay, reducing the impact to our physical structure, working with the upgrades as one, working as one with our higher self and all that we are, right up to our beloved I am presence. Okay, well, that's enough for today. I hope that's a little bit extra help for you. And as I said, I'm here. Give us a shout if you need to. And have a beautiful day. It's absolutely glorious again here, and sending you much love and light as always. Okay, talk soon. Bye.